Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review, where I'm going to be talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now, this is season 14, episode 8. Hey, girl, Charlie. Hey. You know, Kyle and Dorit still going back and forth, but at least they ain't yelling at each other, child, because I had enough of all the 7 episodes of them hollering and screaming every time we leave and then come back. The end of the episode, they screaming. The top of the episode, they screaming. The end of the episode, I'm like, good grief. Can we get a break? Child. Or it's sudden and screaming, carrying on. And we had a break from all the screaming. I don't believe, well, actually Kyle was going off, but at least, it wasn't a screaming match. But Kyle, girl, you caught. Girl, you kids are girls don't do that. Like I said in the previous episode, as soon as my girl tell me there's dissension in the ranks, as soon as my homegirl, my ace boom, my peeps tell me, girl, F that, you know what? Depending on what type of socioeconomic class my girlfriend is in, it all depends on what she say about it. Listen, but period, point blank, is when my girl is done with him, he ain't even got a first name no more. It's him. It's he, everything but child of God. And ain't no texting. But like Kyle said in our text messages, no matter what you say to me, I will never repeat to anyone. Excuse you? You better tell your homegirl what he said. And then she's gonna lie to her sister. And I'll tell you about that later. Kyle lying. Dorit caught it because Dorit know her friend. Yep, Bose caught it and she just met her. But see, Bose is crisis management. That's been a part of her job in the C-suite for the last 25 plus years, or however long she's been in the C-suite. See, Bose is intelligent. Bose has conquered mountains and not molehills. Kyle is very surface, and unfortunately, we get to see just how can I say this without sounding offensive? Sometimes it is what it is. The emotional intelligence shows, and the lack of emotional intelligence is apparent. Kyle, girl, you in danger. You have met your match in more than one occasion, and more than one level. Bose sees through all that Maybelline. Yeah, so it starts up. Okay, the episode, let me get into the episode. It's been like 5 minutes already. So Bose is hosting what she calls a sisterhood serenity soiree at her home in Hancock Park. I hope her home was okay. I think she said her Malibu home was destroyed. Big ups to Bose. I hope that's not too bad for her, in whatever way. But of course, it's horrible. No one wants to see their home burned down. Ooh, child, my home burned down. I don't know. See, listen, quiet as it's kept. I had to check my policy just to make sure everything was everything. Because, for the last couple of weeks, child, I'm like, what? What's going on over there? Yeah. Yeah, I like to check my policy. I mean, just want to double check. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I had to make sure because whatever how much it costs is gonna be added. Better to be safe than sorry. But like I said, okay, so Bose is hosting her sisterhood serenity soiree. And just trying to fix Sutton's mess. She pretty much said how Sutton messed it up trying to do her thing. I'm here because this is what I do. This is how I do what I do, forever do. So, I'm going to do something that Sutton couldn't, is pretty much what she was saying. And pretty much, how do you pronounce her name? Bozoma? You kind of forget the second O, but you kind of say it, Bozoma. Anyway, so Bozoma tells Dorit that there's more than jokes and memes going on in them texts, so she's on the phone. Dorit calls Bozoma. Hey, girl, you getting ready? Yeah, girl, I'm getting ready. Girl, you sitting down? Dorit was like, yeah, girl, what you mean am I sitting down? I'm getting my makeup done. Ain't you getting your makeup done? Yeah, girl. Well, them texts that your friend Kyle was telling you about, it was more to a bitch. It was more to a girl. Yeah, girl. You know how they talk, bitch, girl. I don't do the B word. I'm just saying how they talk. Yeah, girl, it was more to that. I'm looking at my notes, making sure I got it right, child. Yeah, it was more than that, girl. But then they play a little flashback to when Erika is telling Dorit that, yeah, it was nothing to the text. She read it. It wasn't anything to what she read. Yeah, that's your opinion. But you should have said, Erika, to Dorit exactly what was said in the text and not just how you perceive the text to be. See, that's the problem with folks. When you're dealing with sticky situations, you got to be verbatim because you don't want nothing come back on you. Well, you said it was A, B, and C, but it was really X, Y, Z. Well, that's how I took it. I didn't ask how you took it. You volunteered the information. So when you volunteer information, you need to be verbatim. See, that's how it's supposed to be. But folks going around giving their summations, paraphrasing, and like, girl, that's not what so anyway, Bozoma tells Dorit it was more to the memes and jokes. And apparently there's something in there about her promising not to say anything that he's told her or whatever the case may be. Girl, Dorit was like, bitch, what? Bozoma says that Kyle was manipulating the audience of reading text, only reading to certain people who she knew wouldn't really question her, instead of reading to the person that she should be reading the text to. And that's Dorit. Damn, Bozoma, damn, everybody else. You should have got on the phone and said, listen, these are screenshot and send it. How hard is that? All of them got iPhones, child. Hit that right button and hit that left button at the same time. Crop it, send it. Girl, this is what I said and he said to me. If you got a problem with that, then let's talk. Other than that, are we good? What's wrong with something like that? But no, you want to hold on to it as if you hold on to something sacred. Girl, bye. Kyle. Goodbye, Kyle. Then Kyle gonna lie and call Kathy, talking about me and Dorit got into it. Kathy was like, again? Yes, Kathy, they ain't stopped getting into it. So Kathy out there in Italy with Rick, Kathy's phone is messed up, so she had to dial Rick to get Kathy, child. Rick was like, I ain't on this. This is between y'all. Don't put me on this show. Please stop saying my name. Anywho, so Kyle called Kathy and lied about them texts talking about Dorit is mad over nothing. And it was just the way Kyle's face looked when she was lying to Kathy about the situation. Oh, Kyle, your slip is showing. Mm-hmm. Next, we got the, the manly hands Girl, Bozoma had nothing but big, strong, strapping. What's that word? I was gonna say something else. Anyway, she had these big, strong, strapping, good-looking, African-looking men with muscles and big hands. Even the chef was looking like he was looking. It seemed like it was somewhere I needed to be. And I am upset that I was not there. Sutton looked a little uncomfortable. I wonder why. Well, why was she so uncomfortable? It seemed like she was the only one really not getting services. Like, I don't know. But what's her name? Garcelle knew them already. She has been in their company where they have worked on her. She hugged a few of them, and man, let me look them up. Manly hands. Make sure I write that down. Yeah, let me highlight manly hands real quick. So yeah, manly hands all over their bodies and everything, and they, for the most part, everybody feeling good. But as soon as as soon as Garcelle gets comfortable in her massage, right, doing her feet and everything, here come Dorit. Garcelle was like, "Why is she over here?" So Dorit addresses the uncomfortable conversation they had when Dorit and Kyle was going back and forth screaming at each other at the Viper Room. And Dorit pretty much approached Garcelle and, apologized again for how she was at that moment. And even before with, the complaints of Garcelle and doesn't want their, really does not want them to be at odds in any way, shape, or form. Garcelle appreciated it, and I think she was just really. I think Garcelle accepted it, but she was really trying to shoo her away. Like, girl, I'm trying to get a massage. You want to do this now? I mean, I thought to me, it just seemed like these ladies just disrespected the manly hands by getting into it and not really enjoying the moment, as stressed as they were, as trifling as they have been towards each other. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, like, like appreciate, but again, I think, don't get me, listen, it is what it is. I think because it wasn't the norm that they get treated by, and because it was some big African looking manly hands, that they were real comfortable with not getting massages and carrying on. I don't know. It just seemed like, and I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just they were so amped. It seemed like they couldn't wait to do something else or to get into it or something because, like I said, Sutton was not comfortable. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah," getting introduced, and Sutton was just like, unhappy looking. And they were, now don't get me wrong, some of them did enjoy it, but I just don't understand why they couldn't just sit there and get work done. Erika got work done, Jennifer got a little work, Garcelle was trying to get some work, Bozoma, of course. Who else was there? I didn't even see Kyle get touched. I need to watch the episode again. But anyway, I wish I was there. Since y'all don't want to, each man take a limb. How many men was there? It was about 7, 8 ladies. Child, each man take a body part and do you. Anywho, what else is going on, child? Okay. So then Bose asked Kyle, why not read the text to her? Why didn't you read it to me when you came over to my house? And then Sutton comes over hearing them and everything. Again, Sutton was just itching to get into the conversation. And then Bose asks her, and then Erika is talking from across the room while she get needed on. And, then all of a sudden Kyle gets upset, cries to Erika, as they go into the house, and she didn't want to read the text, but she's going to anyway. Erika defends Kyle because Erika has been through so much court stuff that she's like, listen, this does not prove anything. And you don't have no proof other than this text. The text doesn't even say anything incriminating. But everybody's like, yeah, because she says that I will never, you can trust me that I would never tell anyone what we talk about. If it's just jokes and memes, it got to be more than jokes and memes. Let's go further into that text thread. Let's just keep scrolling down and read that. How about that? Let's just keep scrolling. But we're going to find out a little later because it's all going to be explained out by Dorit. So Garcelle asks, why would the text mean something with production as Kyle is reading the text? See, Kyle is reading the text and also explaining it. So if she would just read the text like she did before and stop interrupting herself reading the text, see, that's that manipulation stuff. Now just read it. That's all you got to do. How about you go take Dorit and read it? But since you want to read it for everybody and make a spectacle and everything, then let's go. So in the midst of Kyle explaining the text while she's reading the text out loud, Garcelle in her confessional and thinking at the time, why would the text mean something with production? Because Kyle is trying to manipulate the whole meaning of that text. She's trying to discredit the part where she's telling PK that I would never mention anything that you said to me. Now, Kyle says she sent that text as soon as she found out on the blogs that Dorit and PK put out that statement that they're separated. And I remember at the beginning, Kyle said, well, I didn't want to text Dorit because we weren't in a good place and I didn't want her to take it differently from what I really meant. So she texted PK instead. Girl, that's your girl. See, first of all, that don't even make sense. See, all this could have been avoided had Kyle just texted Dorit as soon as she found out. She could have texted PK too, but before all of that started, now this is proof that she said she sent that text at the beginning of their separation, the day that they announced their separation. So what have they been talking about prior to? That's the stuff. What have you been talking about me? What have you been discussing with my husband about me that you swear that you would never reveal? I mean, am I wrong? What? That's what I heard. Anyway, what else happened, child? So again, Kyle stomps off and leaves, but Dorit goes after her. Erika was like, she's not gonna listen to you. Oh, but she is. Dorit knows her friend better than Erika. So Dorit and Kyle go, a house or two down the street in their robes and slippers, child. Kyle got a purse. And they're talking, and Dorit is telling Kyle that I know that there's more because I know my husband and I know you. I'm just looking for honesty here. And Kyle just couldn't be honest with her. There's something that Kyle does not want revealed to. There's an accountability factor with Kyle that she cannot reconcile with, is what it seemed like. And it's really trifling, to be honest with you. Dorit pretty much is under the impression and is dead on with Kyle not being honest because Kyle can't be. Kyle, again, has an accountability factor that Dorit knows that she already has because she knows that Kyle is lying. Dorit said Kyle would complain, but how she said, PK would complain to Mauricio about Dorit, Mauricio would complain to PK about Kyle. Kyle would discuss this with Dorit in the past, as Dorit would discuss those things with Kyle in the past. So Dorit knows that shit was being said. She just needs for Kyle to come to terms with it and just say it. Now, apparently, there's some stuff that Kyle doesn't want to admit to. And that's also what Dorit apparently knows about her friend. Dorit says that PK shares things with everyone. And Kyle says, no, he doesn't. How Kyle know more about Dorit's husband than Dorit? How much talking have they been doing? If Kyle knows a whole lot more about Dorit's husband than Dorit. Ain't that a little something, something? I was like, wait a minute, Kyle, how you going to tell Dorit about her home man? What you know? See, there you go. That's the first question that comes out of a logical mind. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to be, I don't know these people, child. I'm going for the truth. I'm going for the truth. That's the first thing that comes out of folks' mind. How are you going to tell her about her husband? What do you know? What do you know is the first question that comes out of, just like Bo's is like, what? Child, listen. The more I get into my hierarchy of studies and carrying on and just living life and knowing about folks and being married and been there, done that and all kind of stuff. Listen, I think we all about the same age. We all auntie age, right? How you know? Even if being single, being married, whatever the case may be, how you gonna tell a spouse, a wife about her husband? What do you know more about her husband than she did? Now I can see if that may be your brother that you grew up with all your life, but you just met that man pretty much the same time you met her, girl. So then, Kyle leaves and in the robe, she has her clothes in her hand, like she couldn't get dressed. Dorit pretty much says in her confessional that, Kyle, or did Kyle say, Kyle is pretty much saying that Dorit is trying to pull something out that's not really there. Girl, it looked like it's something there. It looked like it looked like something quacking. Quack. Kyle is quacking as she left. Kyle, duck lips, all that. I see duck lips. I see webbed hands and feet. Daisy Duck got in and left the girls there by themselves. Anyway, the next day, child, it's the next day. It's Portia's 16th birthday. And Kyle is trying not to think about the day before. She's just trying to focus in on her family and find out that Portia is going to Europe with some of her friends by way of her dad, going to Italy, Spain, all that stuff over there. And just having a good old time. Then they surprise her with a brand ambassador Porsche. Baby. Baby. Hello. Baby. Can you get with it? Can you get with it? Can you get with it? I'm like, oh, okay. Go ahead, Portia. Driving a Porsche. Of course you would. Then we see Garcelle's house, Sutton visits, and pretty much as soon as she sat down, I'm sick of Kyle running out. It's real dumb. And she's being hypocritical because she always telling other folks that they can't run out. They should stick there and stay there and stick it out. Yeah, because Kyle's a hypocrite. Just like she getting mad at her husband for buying furniture. It's so permanent. But this heifer getting permanent ink on her by another woman while she's still married. So, girl, you can't be here. You mean tell me that tattoo insignia of another woman that you was messing with is less important than a man buying furniture and not renting the furniture? Girl. That was it for that conversation. Then Dorit meets up with Erika the same next day for facials because they couldn't relax at the serenity soiree. Well, why not? Everything was there for you. Mm-hmm. So Dorit is talking to Kyle, letting her know, I think you got it wrong. But Erika is riding for Kyle, but not supporting both. And like I said, Erika is into what do you call it? Receipts, evidence, because that's what she's been going through. That's what she knows. Proof is what you need. But she doesn't have proof that it wasn't that, but Erika sees it both ways. So Dorit put it on Erika's mind. She said, well, if you're taking that approach, how are you not taking my approach if you don't have, you say you don't have proof, or you don't have proof that she's not. So Erika was like, well, listen, if you're going to put it like that, I ain't got to support none of y'all heifers. So Erika just bowed out gracefully, and pretty much Dorit is like, I think, she said to her face, I think you're protecting Kyle and you're scared to go against Kyle. Now, I'm going to tell you about this part right here. I've been thinking that Erika's being real supportive ever since she was co-signing Lisa Rinna, when Lisa Rinna pretty much outed Kathy's manic state. And that's when I say, you know what, with all of the mental illness in that family, I could see that being an issue with Kathy, because no one, I believe Lisa Rinna to this day, because I know about psychiatry and psychology and mental illness, professional and personal. And from what I know professionally, studied on it, been around it, worked with it for years, all of that. Because through my travels in life, I have seen different folks throughout my life in different types of mental illness, this, that, and the third. But working with it professionally for so many years and being heavily involved with it in that way, I could see, they talked about, I'm talking about the Hiltons, the sisters, Kathy, Kim, and Kyle. They talked about their mom being elusive and kind of, lazy like, and not really doing things, and she would, do things in spurts, or not really, being an active mother. That's why Kyle is so active with hers. Hello. And then you have Kim's substance issues, and Kyle spoke of her eating disorders and anxiety disorders, and now this story about Kathy. 9 times out of 10, you get it from your mama or your daddy or somebody in the family when it comes to mental illness. It doesn't just pop up. I mean, it can be induced by things, but from my standpoint, and I ain't no doctor, I ain't no licensed, nothing to that degree, but just from looking at it from that point, I can see Lisa Rinna was not lying. Number one, I can see it being a mental illness for Kathy. And how Kathy tried to defend herself at the reunion, it was very telling that, and being that Erika backed Lisa Rinna up, and now that Erika, ever since then, Erika has been nothing but more than accommodating and not going against the family, so to speak. I can see why Dorit would say that. You know what I'm saying? Just think, if you've been watching these shows for the last 5 years, you understand what I'm saying. If you know, you know. So I can see why Dorit would say that. And I think maybe Dorit and I are on the same page if Dorit knows what I know. But anyway, Dorit was, I like how Dorit put it to her, like, I think you're, you're scared to go against them. You are, being more than accommodating, and And like Erika said, she feels like she's to bow gracefully. She sees it both ways. She doesn't have proof either way. So you can't say that you're defending somebody. But like Erika says, she's innocent until proven guilty. So Erika is just not gonna, defend Kyle in that way anymore. And that's where it should have been in the first doggone place. I'm here to listen to both y'all. I'm not picking sides. I'm not defending either, and I'm not condemning either. But she chose a side in the beginning. And it was very evident the day before at Bozoma's soiree because she voiced it, meaning Erika. So now we're talking about the after show. There were some interesting things that Kyle says. Now, at the after show, Kyle says, why is Bozoma taking up for Dorit? No, she said, why are people taking up for Dorit? No one really liked her anyway. Excuse you? Girl. Like, right is right and wrong is wrong. Everybody on that show, even Jennifer, no shade to Jennifer, even Jennifer was like, no, that's not a girl's girl if you're going to take on stuff like that. No. That's not what, no. No, boo-boo. That's not how we are, girls. As soon as you find out your friend is going back and forth, pretty much done with her man, you done with the man too. That's pretty much where everybody is at. But you continue on the relationship because you've been friends with him already, girl. And what that mean? But again, Kyle is a different breed. I mean, she up there in Hollywood doing Hollywood things. And listen, Mauricio wasn't the only one cheating this go round. And that's what I'm going to say on that. What else happened in the after show? Garcelle thought Dorit was being a bitch while asking a genuine question during the Viper Room. Well, yeah. I mean, she was pissed off, mad. I thought Garcelle was being a bitch asking her, knowing how Garcelle felt about her then. Again, just because the girls get into it doesn't mean that they can't, get in the mix of them and asking questions. I've been hearing a lot on these YouTube streets. Why is Garcelle being singled out when other people have chimed in? Well, the thing is, Garcelle has publicly said that she don't like the girl. She don't see it for Dorit. So again, why is Garcelle even getting in the middle of Dorit and Kyle? It's it doesn't look good, and it can be called all sorts of things. It can be described as all sorts of things. But what I know is, can't nobody who publicly says she don't like me ask me anything that's negative in nature or implying that there's going to be a negative type of situation. Because now I got to get in your craw. First of all, why are you even talking to me about this? You don't even like me. So yeah, I'm going to question everything about you in this moment and look at you crazy and possibly cuss you out too. But it is what it is. That's me. That's me. What else happened, child? Bo says Kyle's reaction outweighs the accusation. Boom. Period poo. Period poo. Kyle says Bose is on Dorit's side because they spend time together. Again, Kyle is grasping at straws trying to prove others' intentions when you should be trying to clear your name. But Kyle doesn't see that she's wrong. She's seeing how everybody else is trying to make it seem like it's something else. No, heifer, you were wrong. And that's it. That's all. If you weren't wrong, you would have said, I'll stop talking to him, periodly. Well, you should have did that in the first doggone place. So doing it later on is not going to make it better. So instead of, again, being accountable, she wants to throw accusations at other people and make other people look bad. That's a Karen. What else happened, child? That was pretty much it. That was the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, baby, season 14, episode 8. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you. And I'll see you back. I think I'm about to put out New York City. Ooh, that New York City episode. Big girl. Yeah, I'm about to put out New York City after this. All right, y'all. See you later. Bye.